You know, today thousands of kids enjoyed a day at the Idaho State House as the 4th annual STEM Matters Day took place. So let's go live where it's all been taking place.
Yeah, guys, we're out here at the State House where we're told there were more than 700 kids who made their way up the Capitol steps and into the Capitol today to get their hands on all things science, technology, engineering, and math.
It was amazing, Abigail. As soon as they got off the bus, they immediately rushed their way into the Capitol, into the rotunda, to try many different types of science, technology, engineering, mathematics, lots of different hands-on things that these kids can do. We've been here with our adventure weather truck throughout the entire day, giving people a look at our drone. Obviously, the big guy, the big man about the town, but amazing. These kids, the things that they know, the things that they're learning here, giving them hands-on ability to be able to play with some science. It's amazing.
I know, and the coolest part is these kids often don't even realize that they're learning such important skills. They just think they're having fun. But we talked to Governor Little earlier, and he reminded us that this is really the future of Idaho careers.
Whether they're in the career technical side or the traditional bachelor's and upper degree side, they need, for our state to grow, we've got to kick out more people that are in the STEM field. Everybody agrees to that. It's just how we do it.
And you might already know this, but Idaho actually has its own STEM Action Center. It's provided through the state funded, and it's all about getting opportunities like this into the hands of children. They're the ones who hosted this event, and we'll be hearing more from them later about why events like this are so important in just creating awareness about the importance of STEM careers.
It's amazing what they did, the amount of work that went into creating this day. Now, I don't know if you guys saw, we had a Saturn V, a recreation completely made out of Legos. I talked to one of the women that helped out, one of actually the young women that helped make that Saturn V, but it's completely out of Legos, every single piece and part put together by hand. Now, she told me that the man who created this Saturn V actually used a CAD system. Now, that's a system on the computer that can help model together these Legos to make sure that every single piece fits every single corner just perfectly, and it was beautiful. The kids loved it. Now, keep in mind the Saturn V, it was NASA used it from about 1963 to about 1973, but a pretty amazing thing. And these kids getting a chance to really go and look at these kind of things with the solid rocket boosters. I could nerd out about this entire thing the entire day, but it was amazing, something that definitely all of these kids loved to see.
It's really cool because a lot of these terms, CAD systems, robotics, go over my head, but for these kids, they're naturals at it, and we'll be seeing more of that later on in the newscast.
It's amazing. So we're going to send it back to you guys.
Thanks, gang. Appreciate it. Coming up on CBS 2 News, a look at how students are learning that science, technology, engineering, and math matter.
Happening today, it is STEM Matters Day at the Idaho State House. It's a celebration of all things science, technology, engineering, and math. Let's go live to show us how today's event is having an impact on Idaho's kids.
Things are pretty calm out here now, but earlier, this place was bustling with kids for STEM Matters Day at the Capitol.
Hundreds of kids made their way here to the Idaho Capitol earlier today to get some hands-on experience with STEM. That's science, technology, engineering, and math. Now, we've been here the entire day with our adventure weather truck, and I've actually been doing some hands-on experiments with some kids, a potato-powered light bulb. Now, I will show you guys that in just a few moments, but very exciting. Kids being able to demonstrate, you know, kind of what's going on, what the futures, what they can, you know, expect coming to them technology-wise.
Exactly, and while they've all pretty much gone home, we're still obviously having a lot of fun out here. And you know, STEM Matters Day is put on by the Idaho STEM Action Center. That's a state-funded organization that's all things STEM, as you can imagine. One of the other things they're a huge sponsor of is actually the first robotic program, which just started up a couple of weeks ago. They're those huge robots that kids build themselves and then take to competition, competing in all kinds of challenges for points. And I actually have the honor of following these kids around for the season and getting to see all the cool stuff that they get to do. This year, what's really cool is I'm following a team from Homedale, which is one of the few rookie teams here in Idaho. And they told me at the kickoff event earlier this year that they actually implemented that team by watching our coverage of FIRST Robotics last year. They saw how much fun it was and thought that's something we need to bring to Homedale. So I'll be following along with that team, and then in late March when they go to competition, we'll see how they do.
Just this year they started after watching all of that. Wow, that takes a lot to build
and
a
they
program.
already have over 20 kids who have signed up to be a part of it. So obviously there was a huge need. And so that's just one of the things that if you came out here to STEM Matters Day today, you could see. You could see those huge industrial-sized robots, but there was a lot going on.
Oh, there was an amazing amount of things. I talked to a lot of the kids who went inside. It was up in the rotunda as well as down here on the mainway, but they could play with slime, they could work with circuits, they could it was endless really what they could learn. They were also able to work with virtual reality, which is something I love. But I was talking to one of the guys who, one of the younger kids who came out. I was doing my experiment and I talked to him about virtual reality, and I was like, hey, do you know what virtual reality is? And he goes, oh, Sarah, how about you download this to your phone? So this is actually something that they learned today up there at the Capitol behind me. So I'm going to show you guys this really quickly. This is called Leo AR. So you can just set
Here I am.
Yep. You can see Abigail right behind us. And the Velociraptor just right next to her.
Right here?
Over, other side, right there. Oh, no. Oh, no, now he's shaking his head. But a lot of fun. And you can just click him right away and delete him out. Oh, that was fun. But amazing what these kids are learning out here, even just from your cell phone. But some exciting things going on.
And the really neat thing is, this is fun stuff. But when we were talking to Angela Hemingway earlier, she's the executive director of the Idaho STEM Action Center. She was just telling us how important it is to have these opportunities, because last year alone, there were nearly 7,000 STEM-related jobs that went unfilled in the state of Idaho.
We feel events like this bring about awareness so that students understand what opportunities are right here. And not all students are going to choose STEM, but they need to be aware of what exists right here in Idaho.
And as promised, we'll be doing that awesome experiment here in about 15 minutes, so you will not want to miss that.
Definitely stick around for that. We'll send it back to you guys.
Today was a celebration of science, technology, engineering, and math. As we've been telling you throughout this newscast, people gathered at the State House today for STEM Matters Day. And CBS 2's Abigail Taylor and Sarah Jacobson join us now again from downtown Boise with a unique experiment. I can't wait to see this.
Well, Sarah, we have a fun experiment out here to get our hands on now.
Yes, we do. I've been doing it all day, hanging out with kids, doing hands-on experiments. Now, let's show you guys how to power a potato and make it into a light bulb. So really quickly, this is kind of the area we're working with, Abigail. So obviously, you recognize this.
Your Idaho symbol.
It is the Idaho russet potato. So what we need in order to create this experiment is just three things. So first of all, you need a metal stake that's able to conduct. So you push it in to the potato. Let me sneak by you, Clint, real quick. And then a household penny. You can really find this anywhere, in the couch, out in the middle of the road. Don't do that. All right, and then you stick it in to the other side of the potato. Make sure they do not touch. Now, here's the cool part, Abigail. I'm going to have you hold this.
Okay.
So, really quickly, this is a multimeter. Now, this shows voltage.
Now, the really cool thing is,
so right now it's 0.
Again, like you had said, all things you can do from your home. A potato, a nail, or some type of metal conductor.
Easy things you can do with your kids to show them exactly how voltage works, how electronics work, and how circuits work. So this is your anode and your cathode, and then inside this potato is actually electrolytes, and that's what creates the electrode to create energy. So a lot of big words, I know, guys, but let's show us the cool stuff. So I'm going to touch both sides of these, and then Clint, will you show them on our multimeter? We have 0.9 volts. So you guys may be wondering, what does 0.9 volts mean? What does that mean? So we are trying to charge a 12-volt LED, which we have right here. So I'm going to bring you guys a little closer. This is tied together. So it's anode to cathode, which means we're creating a circuit.
So one potato created 0.9 volts. 20 potatoes creates enough to power this light bulb.
Yeah, so let's bring you guys in. I know you guys are wondering. Let's get to the fun.
And the kids got to do this all day out here for STEM Matters Day.
All day today, right
with
there.
them, showing them this experiment.
There it is. It's not very bright because obviously we're dealing with very low charges.
You
very
need
low
like 100 potatoes to get it to its brightest.
Exactly. They're able to touch these wires. They're just fine. But some pretty cool stuff you can do just with 3 household items as well as our Idaho potatoes.
It's really neat to take all of these kinds of things that you can, like again, you said, do from home. We had all kinds of activities in the Capitol today and teach kids regular old stuff that they might kind of take for granted how electricity works.
No, it is. It's so easy, too, because not a lot of people, you know, they don't really think, oh, it's easy, a potato. It's just that simple to be able to create, you know, voltage from it. But you can do this actually with a lot of different different produce. You can do it with a lemon. You can do it with a strawberry.
You just need the juice.
Exactly. You just need the juice. The juice inside the potato is what makes it create that voltage. But some pretty exciting things.
We're having fun.
We had a lot of fun today out here with the kids, but a wonderful experience no matter what.
Yeah, for now we'll send it back to you guys and we'll play with these potatoes.
Yeah, we will.
And don't be late to class with either one. They'd be good teachers.
They
would be.
I could see it. Teacher, I had this wonderful science experiment, but the dog ate my homework.
Yeah, ate my potatoes.
The circle of life. I mean, it's energy, right?
So if you have current going through that potato, would it eventually bake your potato?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
No. Okay.
Just ask.
But that's a good question. Yeah, let's ask Sarah and Abigail.
They are the answer people. Yes.
It's great. It's great. Great day for the kids out there at the Capitol.